That's the one.
All right, guys. So
That's probably true.
the way you teach your patients how to palpate their transverse abdominis is what they do is you have to put your hands, your fingers on your ASIS. So go ahead and put it on there.
That's it.
You gotta go lower. Sorry.
That's your A.
That's your belt.
Okay. So now go medially. Well, keep your hands, touch your ASIS. Keep your fingers on your body. Run your fingers medially and slightly inferior.
Down.
Now put the pads on your fingers right there.
He just found out he was a boy.
I'm a boy.
Real
So what you do is you have to relax first. Pretend that you're going to pull your belly button in towards your spine. So your pelvis is not going to move. Nothing else is moving but just that one motion. Go ahead and relax. So what you're feeling for, because there's no bony attachment to the transverse abdominis, you're not going to feel that concentric contraction. You're not supposed to. What you're supposed to feel is slight tension underneath your fingers. So it's almost like you're feeling your, and it's hard through your pants. So if you put it,
Take your pants off.
Take your pants off.
what you want to do is you'll feel tension as you do that exercise.
I feel it.
Okay, so seriously, if you can feel tension, you have a good, strong transverse abdominis muscle. That's a core muscle.
Very little.
So it's very little. It's a slight tension. But
What's little?
for your test, you're going to have to know the anatomical landmark, which is ASIS. The fingers move
Medially and inferiorly.
and that's where you're going to palpate. Okay, so that's one technique in how to contract that. Now, this next one is called neutral spine. Okay, so for neutral spine, you want your abdominal muscles tightened and contracted. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and relax your arms. I want you to tighten up your abdominal muscles, just like an isometric contraction. Hold. So as he does this, the person feels a contraction through the muscles, which is totally different than when they contract their transverse abdominis. Okay? So there's three different ways. There's one for the deep core, contract. This is the rectus abdominis muscle pretty much contracting isometrically. And now a posterior pelvic tilt. Bend your legs. And what he does here, it's not a bridge. So go ahead and bridge first. It's not a full pelvic bridge. Down. It basically his sacrum stays on the table, and he's just taking his pelvis and he's tipping it posteriorly. So if I take my hand and I put my hand in the small of his back, and now I say tip your posterior pelvis backwards, he should squish my hand. Now hold that for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. And do it again and breathe. All right, so I want you guys to be able to get comfortable doing that. All right, So that's the first step. For exercise to strengthen the abdominal muscles, I could tell him to do one of three things. Do the posterior tilt, hold that position there, lift this leg up, and come down and relax everything. Yeah. So he's going to maintain that contraction. Hold. Lift your leg up and come down. So that's one way.
It's Pilates.
The other way is to just tense your abdominal muscles. Tense them there. Hold them.
I used to teach that.
Bring your leg up.
Pilates.
And
Core.
down and relax. Now, if I want to make it harder, I'll say tense up and do alternating 3 reps. 1, keep it tense.
1, 2, 3.
Relax. Okay, so that's the second way. The best way is to have him do this drawing in maneuver where he takes his belly button and he sucks it down, so his pelvis, relax, your pelvis shouldn't actually move. Your pelvis shouldn't move. Remember just that. Okay, so now hold that, and now do 3 reps. So it takes more control to be able to do this, but this is a deep core muscle. It's hard. And he has abs. So imagine somebody who doesn't have it, or he has what appears to be abs. I don't really know.
Beer belly.
Could be implants.
It's a metal plate. It's a metal plate.
I know, it's the freckles combined to make an ab.
The rectus abdominis is that he's just holding contraction, hold. His muscle, you can see is tense up. Okay. So when he puts his fingers on his stomach, the muscle bulges out towards him. Okay. When he does the transverse abdominis, his fingers are down on that muscle down here. So go here.
Show him where.
And when he contracts that muscle, his belly's not tightening. He's sucking his belly button down towards the spine. It's now bulging up into my hand. So there's 3 different types of control to get in this core region. This is the ideal, what you should strive for. Okay?
Good.
So you want to practice that?
Yeah.
Go
For
ahead.
one pack.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's
Wait, there it is.
Kinda.
okay.
All right.
I might get a liposuction.
Everybody huddled around you. All right, so basically, you want them to be able to contract their abdominal muscles for these exercises. So just say that he has to start off with the posterior pelvic tilt. So go ahead and turn your pelvis posteriorly. So squeeze your low back into my hand. Now hold that position. Okay, so you got to keep this tense. Lift this leg up and go all the way down and back up. So what I want you to do is take your hand and put it underneath his back. Okay, and squeeze her hand by doing that tilt. So as he does one leg, his leg is here, this is the easiest position for your patients to contract. As the lever arm increases, it's going to be more difficult, and sometimes their back will pop up. You can see him shaking. He's not able to hold it as easy. Come back up. So if you want to progress, if they can do that, then the next step is, as this one's coming up, this one's going down, and then bring this one up, and then this one down, and go back and forth. So she's saying push down, push down. So a lot of people who are asked to do exercises for their abs are going to hurt their back because they can't keep that stability. So you'd want to work in this range first. The most difficult thing to do is, go ahead and straighten your legs out. Squeeze in her hand. Now lift your legs up and do a flutter kick. And so he can't hold it. So he has a hard time doing this exercise because his spine is just not working to hold. His abdominal muscles are not working to hold here. So he's really using his hip flexors to be able to do it. So people who have a good, strong core, they can do this. Now, is there a way to compensate? Yeah, he can be up this high, squeeze down. Okay, now hold it right here. Bend your knees slightly. Okay, so now he's in a good position. So now straighten out and come down, and then back up. So as long as he can hold that position, and do like a bike movement. We'll come down a little bit more.
That's good tricycle one.
It's a tricycle.
You got training wheels on.
Just stop.
You're shaking a little bit. Yeah, so when a person shakes, that means they're typically That's okay. That's how you don't believe me. I'm talking preach to the choir. All right, so easiest, close, hardest, away. Same when you bring the arms in, when you have the dead bug. So again, tighten up your muscles. You come up like this. So this is the easiest position. His abdominal muscles can contract and hold him. So as he goes away, he lifts up, he loses it. So patients have to work within that range where they can keep that muscle contracted. You guys get that? Okay.
And then opposite arm? Or you do
You
same
could, you
stuff,
could, you
doesn't
could do opposite arms, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. All right, let me have you go to your back.
Christine. That's what they were doing.
And, yeah, I'm sorry, I just stuck core stuff.
I got another bag.
You're all their back, more.
So here you might start with a person. Let me have you lift up under their pelvis, and now so relax. So now I want to work head down. I want to work his spinal muscles here. Okay, so I want to work his erector spinae. Right, that's a superficial or deep. Superficial. Okay, so to work the deep muscle, what he has to do is suck your belly button up from the anterior to the posterior. So hold that position and lift your leg up and down. So as he's contracting that multifidus deep core muscle in the spine, he's able to do this exercise. Now just relax. And now just tense up your abdominal muscles only. Okay, don't try and suck your belly button up, just hold that. Now lift up. So it's a whole different feel, right? You guys see the difference or no?
It's sucked in the stomach for the first one. Like we did the transverse.
The drawing in maneuver, they call it, the drawing in, so you're drawing in your belly button. That is a deep core exercise, deep core muscle that's being activated. The other ways, it's just a superficial muscle. All right? And then you can build upon this by having an arm. So put your arm out and lift your leg in your arm, relax your head, and lift up.
The left leg.
The left leg and down. So he's working his muscles this way. Okay? Then he can make it harder and go both arms out in front of you, both legs, and go ahead and lift up. Okay, so he has to have more control here. Okay, so in close it's easier. The further out you go, it's more difficult. Now from this position you can progress to
Weighted.
Quadruped. So here, so again, take your belly button and visually pull it up this way. So hold that tense and relax. And again, hold tense. So you're getting him to do this so he feels what he has to do. And now hold that as you straighten your leg out. And back down. And again, you don't want him to rotate, you want to have him straight. So kick out again, tighten up your muscles, and relax. And then you can make it harder by going opposite and relax.
Seems like it'd be easier up there than lying down.
No, son of granted.
I don't know. I can do that. I have a hard time doing it on the stomach.
Well, you're working, you're holding